Hey guys, what's up? I'm recording this for the Crypto Kingdom 78, like the main YouTube channel, because I'm getting a lot of DMs right now, people that can't make it. Somebody's at band practice, won't mention any names. Um, and a lot of people at work still in California time zone, like Pacific. So anyways, we're making the video either way because it's just easier to kind of make it an AMA, more educational. That way when we upload it on YouTube, it saves me having to answer 30, 40, 50 plus DMs about the same thing. So SK and I will kick it off with the new futures, how it shows US dollar, how it's BNB now. In case you're rusty on this, it was BUSD I guess before, BNB in, and then your balance will now show in USD, which means when you take it out, you will get the equivalent because BNB is always a moving price. So you don't have to worry about the BNB price going up and down. Yep. We always see that in the Elephant group. What happens if BNB goes from 600 to 200. Well, you don't have to worry about it because you get the US dollar value that particular second or minute when you take it off. So as long as you flip it quick into something like, US dollar tether or whatever you want that doesn't move, then you're good. So let SK just show you the screen there and just go over the yield, the bonus, and how long it basically lasts for and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I think since the last time you and I have had a video discussing futures, this current version is now version 9, and it introduces a personal bonus that pretty much just rewards healthy activity in the ecosystem. And so right now, like if you were ever to put in a fresh deposit, right, of $200 worth of BNB, no matter BNB's price at that time, your personal bonus will jump up to the maximum of 182.5% APR, or the same thing as 0.5% a day. But you'll stay, like you'll see here, my overall APR is still 182% total, even despite my personal bonus being lower. And that's because if you're not utilizing the system correctly, then there is like a decay over 45 days where your personal bonus will go to zero and you'll land on this base rate of 65.7%. But essentially, as long as you're depositing maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, you'll keep your personal bonus rate at the maximum APR, and your available rewards will reflect that as well. And pretty much, I think 14 days is the window right now before your total APR really does start to drop off, and that's because essentially when the personal bonus upon deposit is 182, okay, so 182.5, you're just going to add the base rate to that, all right, so plus 65.7, and that's a total APR, of 248%, but there's a like a 4% decay every day, and you can't go above 182.5% total. So the amount of days basically it takes from you to go to 248 down to 182% is about 14 days, give or take, right? So yeah, as long as you're participating in, weekly. Some people compound every 4 days and then claim 3 days, compound 4 days, claim 3 days. Yeah, you can really get a good cash flow out of this. So I would hope that everyone's pretty familiar already with futures. Currently, version 9 is about to get an upgrade with version 10, and the only updates that are really coming to this are like currently, right? If someone comes in with $100,000 worth of BNB, 10% of that will land in this BNB reserve, which just kind of helps, small claim outs. And the other 90% buys Elephant token and directly puts it here into the Elephant treasury. Okay. That's currently right now with version 9. But with version 10, he's introducing two things. I think, I don't know the official names of them, but one of them is kind of like a rainy day fund, which I'll get into detail in a second. And then the second thing coming to it is called or what he's calling a Bitcoin turbine. So if in version 9, 90% of the funds are buying Elephant for the treasury. In version 10, only 70% of the funds coming in are going to buy Elephant for the treasury. And then of the remaining 30%, right, of those funds, 10% still goes to the BNB reserve, 10% will go to this Bitcoin turbine, and the other 10% will go to this rainy day fund. Now, let me focus on the Bitcoin turbine for a second. So because we know we're upon the happening, the bull run over the next, year and a half, 2 years and beyond, he wants to expose Elephant.Money to Bitcoin's price appreciation, right? No matter what people speculate it's going to go to, 100,000, 500,000, whatever. But those 10% of funds that come in to this new Bitcoin turbine is basically going to sit there as BTCB or Bitcoin Binance. And it's going to just continue to grow. And on a daily basis, I want to say like a 1% APR is going to come out of the Bitcoin turbine, and it will buy Elephant token for the treasury. Okay. So as Bitcoin's rocketing upwards, and this treasury, if you will, this Bitcoin turbine is its own little treasury, that's going to experience the same price appreciation alongside Bitcoin. So that 1% APR is going to increase its buybacks of Elephant token as Bitcoin price goes up, and as the treasury size of this Bitcoin treasury goes up as well. Does that part make sense, or do you have any questions about that?
Was that, were we setting that up so other projects could get involved? Like, that's a borrowing feature, right?
No, I mean, there were some brainstormed ideas, and originally it was called the Venus turbine because Venus is a lending platform. Yeah, and he was going to throw a bunch of BNB over into Venus and then earn an APR over there, but it's too volatile and all over the place. So he's just like, let's just keep it simple. We're just going to expose Elephant.Money to Bitcoin itself.
Yeah, makes sense. All that just helps everything grow at the same time.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we know we're in a bull run. We're going to be capturing bull run gains with this Bitcoin turbine. So, in my opinion, it's really bullish. The next thing, so with the recent updates that have happened with version 7 and 8, and now we're on 9. There's been a lot of over-the-counter trades, right, of future accounts. Some people just want some quick cash. That way they can go make other plays. So this rainy day fund that he's also going to introduce, and I don't know what it's going to look like. It might have like its own little tab here or something. But the rainy day fund that's collecting 10% of deposits too, that's going to build up. And essentially, it allows somebody, an account holder here, the ability to cash out some of their locked balance, right? So over here, my total value is 83,000. And I don't know the exact details. Let's just assume it's like 50 cents on the dollar, right? What the rainy day fund is going to be, let's say the rainy day fund over time collects $100,000 dollars pooled up, ready for someone to claim against the rainy day fund. Well, you'll be able to, any user, right, will be able to claim out up to 10% the amount of the rainy day fund. So if the rainy day fund's at 100K and someone wants to cash out $10,000, which is 10% of that 100K, so long as they have the total balance to do it, they can. Okay. So, but it's redeemed at, like, let's say 50 cents on the dollar. So if I want to take out 10% of the rainy day fund, so that's $10,000 out of the 100,000 fund. My total balance though would go down like 20,000, right? I'm getting cash of 10,000, but my balance is redeemed, right? 50 cents on the dollar. So my balance will go down 20,000. Does that make sense? So it's just an avenue for people who have, an emergency, or they need some quick funds. they're able to cash out against that rainy day fund, at 50 cents on the dollar. It might be 75 cents, something like that. I don't know what the exact details, but it's coming out soon, probably within the next month, if I had to guess. And he's already coded and tested it, but it's just an avenue for people to kind of get out if their daily percentage isn't growing fast enough. You know what I mean? So that's coming as well.
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, there'll probably be an extra couple tabs in there on the turbines, a couple extra columns or whatever. When the turbine's in there, right? It'll create, one extra column maybe? Because
Yeah, probably.
Not much. It won't be much change.
Yeah.
Or a
Yeah,
tab
it
or
won't
whatever.
be
A tab maybe across the top. Yeah, it'd be easy to...
And yeah, it just helps people, get access to quick cash if they're willing to take the hit on their total value or the dollar valuation of it. And it hopefully staves people away from, selling their accounts over the counter, because, that's an easy way to get scammed. Most of the time it's like, hey, I found an interested buyer. All right, are you going to send me the funds first, or am I going to send you am I going to transfer my account first? Because I think if you go into the futures button, you got a transfer feature here. So you're not exchanging private keys or anything, but who's going to go first? The other person might send the money and you might just run away with it, or you might send your futures account and they might just run away with it. So most of the time you have to have like a middleman that's trusted, and, but that's kind of hard to find. So, short of just putting an actual marketplace on here, I think the rainy day fund kind of serves that, and is better for the longevity of people really just using this account the way it's supposed to, which is a cash flow. But hey, you have this rainy day fund. Maybe it gets up to $1 million, and 10% of $1 million is $100,000. Like, people will really be able to, get some quick cash should they choose with the rainy day fund. And I think there's a cooldown on it as well. So it's not like you can just drain 10% of that pooled asset every single day. I think there's like a 1 week or 2 week timer on when you can cash against the rainy day fund again. So it's just a value added feature, in my opinion, with the rainy day fund, the Bitcoin turbine, and then that'll complete futures in version 10. Everything else that has already been going here in version 9 stays the same. So your personal bonus upon deposit goes up to 182%.
Yeah, I keep stressing this on people to, who maybe were down a little bit or a lot from the what do you want to call it, bear market. They should be investing into this, because in most cases, if you're going to hold a token 6 months to a year to get money back, you throw 10 grand in here, it's doubling every 200 days or so, whatever the math works out to. I still got to get quite a few people in. There's still quite a few people not in here. I think they're not understanding how it works, because the futures is, if you're just tired of, buying crypto and having to watch the market caps, and you're scared of losing more money, this is definitely the safest play in the business, really. And it's easy.
Yeah, it's a good cash flow, place where you can take your profits as you're making them across, various plays in your, in your bull run portfolio. So, hey, you want to cash out into some stable gains here in a cash accounting account that does not fluctuate with the price of BNB, you throw it into futures and just kind of let it stack on its own, and, have that cash available when you want to get back into some of your bull run plays. Yeah. So,
yeah,
pretty neat.
Just zoom in on your thing there for a sec. Zoom in on your, because I know there's some people in here that still haven't started their elephant thing yet. So you see his total value is at 83K. So it pays 0.5% a day, because I know there's a few people in here that haven't got into this yet. So basically, he's going up where his available is. That'll be around the 1600 marker tomorrow at the same time. So above there where it says available, 1.117, $1,117 US. That's going to be about 1550 tomorrow, 1535, roughly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 417.
0.5. And now the kicker is, let's just say that You put in 10 grand or whatever you guys want to put in, who haven't started their futures yet. Let's just say SK wanted to just quit at 83K. Okay. So it's generating the 417 a day. Let's say he wanted to start taking out. I'm still sticking with, okay, once you get to the top total value, the best way to do this is to let the available grow for the first 14 or 15 days, whatever you want to split the month in half, 15 days. Okay. So that's going to be 15 times the $417 a day, which gives us what, around 7 grand, for the 15 days.
Yeah.
Okay, so 62.55. Okay. Now what he's going to do is he's going to put $200 in when he's got his 62.55 in the available. He's going to add $200 because that is how you interact with the system to move the available over to the total value. So unlike a traditional miner like Drip and all the other ones that failed, I've been stressing to people, even if nobody put money into this ever again, it's going to take so long to get that 40 million. We're at 40 million TVL. It's going to take so long for people to get their money off. You don't have to wake up to the future system on Elephant and seeing that TVL has been cleaned out. So the bottom line is the first 15 days, he's going to move the 65 down to give us 89,868 with the fresh $200 in, because you have to put a minimum, it says below, of $200. What was originally BUSD, it's BNB now, easier to do. And that's going to turn into US dollar value. Now, what he's going to do is the second part of the month, the next 15 days, he's going to collect on his 89,868, which is actually going to pay him a little bit more than 417 a day. So he'll be able to take an income. Now, it doesn't have to be 15 days exactly, but what's going to happen is here, he's going to get an income of the 449 times 14 or 15, like I said, whatever month we're in, it's usually 30 days. Worst case scenario, 63. Higher case scenario, 67, 68. He's going to be able to take out 67, 6,800 in his pocket. And guess what? His total value is still going to be 83 and change. Okay, because he's added 200 to the 83. Now you can't take out the full amount or it's going to come off your balance. You're going to say, well, why wouldn't you just take, so don't get it confused. 100K is an easy one to go by. You're making 500 a day. That's 15K a month. Now, if you want to keep your 100K down in total value and treat the available like a paycheck, then you'll be able to take 7,500 a month with 100K in there. Clean money though. And you're still going to have your 100K in there. And if you just cool off for a couple months or even 8 months, 10 months, the 100K is going to become 200K. And then instead of getting 500 a day in the available, you'll be getting $1,000 a day in the available. It's almost like not even fair comparing this to like a bank or anything else. It almost seems like unreal. Yeah. But the whole thing is putting the fresh cash in keeps this going. And the fact that, okay, let's just say he's at 83 right now. Available is 117, 1,117. Okay. And he's making his 400 and something dollars a day, but he doesn't compound the first 2 weeks. He takes it for the full 30. The full 30 days are available, comes off your total value. So you want to make sure you're gaining available double of what you take off if you want to keep your balance. Now, if he wants to just clear out that 83 plus the 117 and get all of his money back, all he has to do is just wait until the available hits 83,413 and then hit claim. That's it. He doesn't have to put let's just say you don't have $200 ever again in your life. It's a fluke, but hey, it could happen to somebody. You just wait that, you don't have to wait until it adds up to 83. You could take, some off at 30K, but it's just going to come off the balance. At the end of the day, just take out your calculator and see how long it's going to take you at 0.5 to get your 83. It's about 200 days or so.
And so in this example, I waited, the 416 building up for 15 days. And instead of compounding, I just took it out. My 83 would go down to 77. And then I'm only earning 424 per day. Oh, I think I did that wrong.
Yeah, that's why I like to do it. I like to put the $200 in the first 15 days. So it always keeps you ahead of the game by a few bucks. Like if you recompound or whatever you want to call it, the first part of the month, the first 2 weeks of the month, then it's a different story because the total value, as long as you're not taking more than 50%, your total value will keep increasing. And then your paycheck is getting bigger and bigger, not by a lot every month, But if you just rinse and repeat, it's obviously going to get bigger.
Yeah. I mean, as long as people are compounding more often than they claim, their total value will grow over the month, and each time you cash out will get larger than the last time you cashed out. So that's pretty much what it is. So some people, they compound for 20 days worth out of a month, and then they'll claim out 10 days worth out of a month, rinse and repeat. So it's good cash flow.
So you guys can see too, the interesting part about his compared to, I did a little bit quicker than him because I put more money in, but you guys can see his claimed is is everything but 10K. So he's claimed 73,000 to get to the 83, which means you probably put in about 10, right?
No. So claimed also counts your compound. So remember these rewards.
Well, it counts your compounds, but mine looks completely different than yours because I put in.
You can see mine, like actual deposits.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one I'm looking for. Yeah, on the black. Yeah, on the black screen. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've taken 45,000 in deposits and I've grown it into 83,000.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the compounds count as claimed. This is just a tracker right here. So yeah.
I saw one guy in the dune. He's like tripled the amount from what he's deposited. So he must have started like at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And just kept doing it. Like his 40 grand is now like he's got like 150 in there, but he only put 140 in. So he's tripled his money or whatever already. Like he's gone over 3x. Like he's, but then his daily keeps going up too. So that's why I like futures the best out of anything because there's no, I got to get AutoCrad into this as well. I mean, you can start it for $200. That's the nice thing. You don't have to throw 10 grand in. You can kind of test it out for a couple $100. See how you like it. That's the minimum. But everybody got, like most people have $200. At least you won't lose it.
Yeah. It's a really low maintenance account. You just check it every couple of weeks or so, and then choose to claim or compound. And then if you compound, you boost up to 0.5% a day again, and you just use it as cash flow. So it's a good thing to have in your portfolio, anyone's portfolio, in my opinion.
And for the 40 million, that we have in the TVL. This is only from like 3,400 accounts. 3,400 accounts compared to like these shitty miners is nothing, or whatever. We're at 33, I guess 3,247, but there's about 3,400 wallet or whatever because I got like 4 myself or coming on 4. So
yeah. And that's gonna segue into what we're gonna talk about with the trunk on Solana play, because BT is a layer 1 maxi. And by having a very easy token, which this ecosystem already has with Trunk, you're going to get meme coin exposure over on Solana. And Solana, during this bull run, I mean, everyone's pretty much on the same page. It's going to give even Ethereum a run for its money over these coming years. So all of that fresh market, that isn't exposed to Elephant.Money, they might get exposed to Trunk first. And it'll lead them to Elephant.Money, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, what is this whole ecosystem with, nearly $400 of assets under management and this elephant token, and wait, what the heck? And so, they stumble across futures. I wouldn't be surprised if this jumped up to 10,000 users even a year from today. And it's just going to feed the flywheel, if you will.
Well, look at the TVL compared to the users is incredible, really, if you think about it. I mean,
yeah,
there's 4. We were at, I think we just hit 30 million around Christmas time. Now we're at 40 million 3 months later.
Yep. So
we're going up about 3 million a month or whatever it works out to. So, and of course, I don't think we're at like the max yet either. Like, we're not at the most we can hit. Like those $1 million days, we should have more of those, more often.
Oh yeah, for sure. No. This whole ecosystem is incredibly early. And I say that and it sounds crazy because we're already, actually this month of March, the Elephant.Money ecosystem is 3 years old. Fun fact. It started out with some stack contracts, 10% in and out. And then the token came out in May of 2021. Or was it 2020? Oh man, no, 2021, yeah. And then Trunk came along, and then this Elephant Treasury Bertha came along. So it's been stepping stones into what we're looking at today. But yeah, 3 years old. That's remarkable in DeFi. But yeah, Trunk's got some exposure now that's just happened in the last week where it's now on Solana. So this is the homepage, Elephant.Money. And yeah, Trunk token has its main liquidity here on the Binance Smart Chain. However, via Wormhole, any existing user is able to actually put their liquidity and their tokens over on Solana for some LP farming opportunities on something called Meteora, which, this, I think already, 200,000 is already locked into this TVL here. People are farming airdrops for Meteora's token that is going to be coming out called the MET token. I'm pretty bullish on that just because the founder of Jupiter DEX aggregator on Solana, that's going to be a really big deal. But the founder of Jupiter is on the team of Meteora, right? So the more dollars that you have over here, locked in that liquidity, you're just farming points for how much of a MET token airdrop you're going to get. So there's one opportunity there. But yeah, Trunk overall has a really bullish future as well because Trunk used to be an inflationary token in this Elephant.Money ecosystem. But last December, so a few months ago, it's been updated to now just be fixed supply and deflationary. So if you scroll down on the home page, you'll see that Trunk. Wait, where's the Trunk supply? Yeah, Trunk supply right here overall is 108.7 million tokens. And just in the last 3 months, because there is a burn mechanism happening in the background. Oh, I got to connect here. But Bertha, that elephant treasury, she's already burned 2.48 million to give us that 108 million that we see right here. Okay. And that's just in 3 months. She's burned this 2.5 million tokens. So over time, as this accelerates and Bertha continues to buy and then Trunk gets more exposure, you're pulling the available supply out and putting it into user wallets on Solana and on the BSC, you're going to get some crazy volatile price action on the Trunk token itself. And the fact that it's fixed supply and deflationary because of the burn mechanism is astounding to me. But yeah, it's going to be some really good exposure for the Elephant.Money ecosystem over on this Solana side of things. So, and I don't think you're in Trunk. It's not something we've ever focused on because it was mainly Elephant token and futures and what have you. But when it comes to Trunk price, I mean, it really gets no lower than it is right now. And it's a really good opportunity to get in early for, the buying and burning that's happening and the exposure that's going to be coming to this token. Let me pull up a chart for it.
Yeah, the question I'm getting the most is, am I still, from other people holding, I guess they had Trumpet and then it went to Trunk and then they're asking me, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to keep it as BSC or am I supposed to do the bridge to Solana or am I supposed to do both? You know what I mean? I actually haven't looked into it that deep, but I know what's going on, but I didn't see the advantage of the, what the ratio was, what is the best play there with the Trunk? Is it, BSC, is
right.
it Solana, both? I wasn't sure on that either.
It's a really good question. And with Trunk price right now at roughly 5 cents, okay, people can choose. Now, Coach BT, if he puts his coach hat on, he would say to run the play. And the play right now would be, hey, let's get exposure on Solana. And the APR that you can get on Meteora right now is 33% APR. But as this TVL grows and as the exposure grows, the transactional volume grows, this APR can really go sky high. And it can outpace what even Trumpet, the staking contract with Trumpet does. So, the average user has a choice, right? They could just stay on the BSC. This isn't a forced migration. You don't have to do this, but you stand to earn some really good perks on Solana if you do choose to take out of Trumpet. So your Trumpet token and I just put out a tutorial video earlier today on the M channel. But you can take out your trumpet, you'll get liquid trunk, and then you can bridge it over to Solana via this wormhole right here. And you can park your tokens over on the Solana side of things, where then you can choose to put it on Meteora, which again, goes back to farming the MET token, which is going to be cool. There's a lot of people out there that are really interested in airdrop farming, and this is one of those better ones, in my opinion. But yeah, I think Coach BT would say, hey, get out a trumpet and throw it over on Solana. Just buy it, bridge, or hold. Now, for new people who aren't even in trumpet or have trunk at all on BSC, you don't have to bridge, you don't have to do anything. You just jump over to the Solana side of things, go to the Jupiter Dex aggregator, and just buy trunk. You just buy trunk anyway. And because this is a Dex aggregator, it's going to fish for the best price between the Radium liquidity pair that exists and the Meteora pair that exists. So we started by putting all the liquidity and LP farming on Meteora, but I think in the last couple of days he's spun up a Radium pair, because that's where all the meme coins are anyway on Solana. So to show up on Dex Screener and everything, you got to have a Radium pair. So yeah, Trunk's going to be have LPs on both. So to answer that question, I mean, it's up to the user to choose, right? They can just stay parked right here, hang out in Trumpet if they want, and just let the fireworks fly. Or if they want to actually get some exposure, farm some MET tokens, earn a portion of the 1% of fees that are happening on the daily volume, towards their LP pair. There are opportunities over here on the Solana side. Yeah.
What was the APR on the BSC side? Like, you're still earning, right, on the BSC side?
You are. I should have anticipated that question. Let me pull up the Trumpet side of things, but I think the APR was 80 or 90 last time I saw it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
88%. 88%.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty high, but on the early days of Meteora, I mean, this has been all over the place, this percentage right here, but it's been as high as 80 already and down to 50, and it's all over the place. But there's going to be a strong marketing push that's coming, and especially with BT also going in person to the Bitcoin Nashville event. He's going to be networking and getting Trunk, the meme face of Elephant.Money. I mean, hell, even just this picture was added today. So the meme marketing push is coming for Trunk. He's adamant that the marketing is going to be pushing this forward pretty heavy. It's going to get a lot of eyeballs, and this Meteora APR should skyrocket with all the transactional volume and stuff.
So get your tokens first, basically, and then go over to their wallet connect and basically put them in.
Yep. No, pretty much. So you could bridge all your trunk over, and you could sell half of it, and then pair it with the USDC. Sell half of it for USDC, or just bring all your trunk over and hold it and do nothing. You can do that too, or bring your trunk over and pair it with some fresh USDC that you may have. So. But yeah, Meteora is actually pretty cool. So I'll just touch on this as well. But the tech behind Meteora liquidity pairs is really neat. So if you have a token that's paired with USDC, and I think there's like two other options, you're not only farming for that MET token, but the liquidity massaging that Meteora does as well across all their pairs is pretty cool. But there's an unused amount of this TVL that they take the USD and they go farm that USDC and earn an APR elsewhere. So it's earning yield and then bringing that yield back into the actual TVL on Meteora. So it's actually a really good service for any project, to be honest with you. It's some pretty advanced technology that's not out there yet. But yeah, they're lending out into safe plays and earning an APR and bringing it back to strengthen the TVL of the actual Meteora pool. So I thought that was a pretty cool little fun fact. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. So
Is
I
that
know
a
you wanted to.
suggested link on the Elephant Money website, or do we need to send people over there separately? Like, is that in the site or not? I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
Like the
it's the
Meteora link is
suggested.
there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I click buy Solana, it'll take me to the Jupiter page. If I hit learn more, I think it'll just take me to the trunk page. Yeah, it does. I have too many tabs open, so my computer's going slow. But here, okay, on this Trumpet trunk page, there's a new tab in this black box you see called Bridge to Solana. And this is where you can get the contract address for trunk on Solana. Here's the Jupiter, token tracker, bridge via wormhole, and then look, liquidity farming, Meteora right there.
Nice. I knew I saw it somewhere. It was on that one you did on the their YouTube thing. Yep.
Yes. Yep.
YouTube,
Yep. So it
yeah.
is a suggested pool, and just a bonus. You know, I like talking about it because I'm very bullish on Jupiter overall as a solid Solana play. Not financial advice, anybody, but have some Jupe token if you're interested in Solana plays. It's going to do amazing. And the fact that the founder of Jupiter Dex is on the team of Meteora, and Meteora has yet to come out with their own token, right? It is going to be airdropped, especially to liquidity providers on Meteora. I think that's hella bullish in my opinion, because I think the Jupe token and MET token, which is yet to come out, is going to perform amazing throughout the bull run. Not financial advice, just my opinion.
Yeah, that's close enough to find it.
I know.
That's okay. People can make their own decisions, but you got to tell people. You still got to guide people into the right projects. I mean, I'm going like 7 for 7 lately. I've had one little project problem, but the rest have done pretty much phenomenal that we've put up lately, like even meme coins and stuff like that. So that's why I've been real selective in putting up less videos rather than call channels doing nine a day and then confuse the hell out of people. They don't know what to buy, and none of those projects ever get looked at because there's just too many to choose from. That's why I'm real selective over here. But that's why you're seeing, if you look at past videos, you're seeing a 6,000x, an 8,000x project within like 2 weeks, an 8,000x. Like it's crazy if you take the time and actually, cherry pick. I kind of cherry pick what I put up now. Plus, I got to know the team, and the burnt liquidity has been helping with projects too, because a lot of the people too that watched me from like 4 years ago, they were in the same position as me. They want to buy a lot, but then they don't end up doing it because they never have the liquidity like Elephant's got, or like another big project has. So it's like, like when we saw the $1.5 million sell, he was able to do that because liquidity was there. Some projects you'll see at a real high market cap, 50 plus, and they barely have $1 million. One guy just happens to have a lot. He can almost kill all that, with one sell. It's possible, depending on how low it started and things like that. It is possible. So that's something new. Definitely something new for people to look at. I try to invite a whole bunch of I get a lot of DMs. I try to invite people too in here that I think that maybe don't have the futures yet, just because it is I treat the Elephant futures as a passive income. So I built the 300K quickly into Elephant futures because I was taking the profits out of ones, where I waited 3 years for some good profit, like 60K, 100K. And then I moved it into the futures so I wouldn't do something stupid and then dump it in, after I wait 3 years into the wrong meme coin or something crazy and lose it again and then have to restart after that horrible bear market for, over 2 years. So that's how I treat the Elephant. I treat it as an income. I treat it as like a job. It's a paycheck every day. I don't have to even look at it, really. I mean, I look at the Dune. I should post the Dune on here once in a while, too, because the Dune is real good to use. It's got all the top holders, wallets. And I believe you can use it for the Elephant. You probably use it for everything, right? It's not just I always log into the futures one because I know what's going on with the token. But because I like to see the TVL go up. That's why I basically log in, check out the TVL goes up 99.5% of the time. Sure, there's some people, that have some $500,000 accounts in there. So there could be a $40,000 claim once in a while. But the TVL being near 40 million, up 10 million from Christmas, it just keeps going up. And like I tell people, this is not. I think a lot of people are still not getting into the futures here because they're confusing it with like your traditional mining still because they haven't looked into it yet, like thoroughly. It's completely different. It's completely different. Like, I try to explain this to people that are new to crypto. Oh, but that'll just end in 6 months. Like that's what they're thinking. They're thinking like it's the typical, it's got to come to an end, And like I said, if there's no buys and the TVL just keeps going down, nobody can clean that TVL out overnight. Like it's not going to happen.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, but good long-term play.
Like
and futures, it's already over a year old too.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Most miners make it 3 to 4 months is like the sweet spot of, okay, I'm sick of putting it back in. Now it's time to collect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. So, yeah, I mean, that elephant treasury Bertha is the flywheel to everything. And, just even like I said, as people use futures, soon to be 70% of all incoming funds go to buy elephant token for this Bertha, right? And she pays out liabilities. She also, remember, is the one that's buying and burning this trunk token over here. And we know there's 108 million more in supply that's going to get burned, or not all of it burned, but this burn number is going to climb, right? So if you're looking at the trunk price, and you're talking 5 cents, man. And like, talk about being at the start of the next 3 years of Elephant.Money, when trunk price can go from 5 cents to $5. That there's multiple gains to be made. So not only do you have the trunk token, you got futures, you got elephant token, all of which that's already survived for years and is going to continue to be a juggernaut in the space for years to come. So this isn't one of those low liquidity startups, that are fly by night that die within 6 months. This is one of those safe plays, or safer gambles. If you want to think of crypto as a casino, than most other plays. You want to go with something that you have a higher probability of success anytime you're in a casino, right? So Trunk is a great play that's only just getting started on Solana. So I would encourage people to take a hard look at what's going on there.
Is that a shared market cap or is it two different market caps? Forgot to ask that. I mean, I've been watching it, but I've been seeing the buy bot always shows. I think in the group it shows BNB, does it not? I don't even know.
I think it shows BNB. Yep.
Yeah. So that's why I was confused. So is that a separate market cap on Solana?
Yeah, it's its own liquidity pool, different blockchain. Yeah, so people would have to do their research to see, okay, what is the total supply? What is the real market cap? So yeah, some of those things, people just have to learn. But yeah.
So if you want to keep it simple, you can just jump in there and buy the BNB. Is that Pancake Swap, or it's not in the DApp, right? The trunk swap, like it's to get the trunk.
Correct. It's not in the DApp.
It's not like Elephant. Okay. So it's
If
Pancake
you
Swap
just want to buy
only.
Pancake Swap. Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's easy because most people know how to do that. Because there's really, there's not too many good BSC projects anymore. There's kind of got, that's why I don't keep a lot of BSC anymore, because there just wasn't anything good. Of course, it's, I got basically Elephant and one other thing, and that's it now. Because they're big, right? Anybody got any questions about Trunk or futures or anything? I mean, you can always DM me as well. I'm happy to help. I'm up 24/7. I think people should always have something in futures because it's a daily paycheck, basically. I mean, it's crazy not to have futures. If you want something low risk, but that guarantees you money every day, your money's going to go up with futures every single day.
Here, I was just going to show you this real quick, but over on Dex Screener, looking at the Trunk pairs on BSC specifically, Trunk is paired with BUSD with, nearly $3 million in liquidity. Trunk is also paired with WBNB, with 330,000. So so you got deep liquidity over here on the BSC side, and then it's just being expanded over onto Solana.
Yeah, it looks good. I like the futures because I'm just so sick of looking at market caps all the time. It's just
Yeah.
it's so simple. Like if I was new to crypto and I just want to make money with no thought involved, like once I learn the futures, how it works, like 5-10 minutes, I've learned everything. What an easy way to make money. I mean, I show Wizard once in a while my wallets, like the money just keeps. I mean, look at yours. I think when we first looked, I can't remember where it was at. Like a few. I mean, now you're going to hit 100K pretty soon. That's real money. Most people don't have 100K total in crypto coins, in projects or tokens, right? This is kind
Yeah.
of side money. He's got 100 grand in. Um, it's
Yep.
going up pretty fast. Like it's a money maker. That is for sure.
No, for sure. Yeah, futures is solid. Yeah, Trunks the focus right now, and then Elephant Token still doing its thing, just humming along in the background until it bounces back with its own supply shock. So yeah, that's the cool thing about Elephant.Money, because you have two tokens now, right? You've got the stable income if you want with futures, but you've got an Elephant Token with built-in supply shock mechanisms that people can learn about, and then you've got a fixed deflationary supply token called Trunk as well, which has its own supply shocking mechanisms too. So yeah, it's really cool as an ecosystem, this Elephant Money protocol. But yeah, and I'm happy to take any questions if anyone new has anything, or Jed, I don't know if you're still awake and have any comments, but I know you wanted to keep this 30 minutes and we've run over time, but yeah, I'm here for any questions or comments. Yeah, anybody? I guess I did a good job.
What are we looking for on the elephant side of the token? What were we looking for to that? Just because people ask me every day, they're always in the chat. Is this good or is this bad? What do we need the elephant to do for it to start taking off again with that, that arrow going up, that line going up? Like where are we at right now? Like kind of like
Yeah, so right now the price is 24 cents per million.
Yeah.
This is a nearly 3-year-old token that's already had 2 supply shocks, and we're aiming for the third. The main thing that's going to happen, especially as we get some exposure on Solana. Oh, and that's another cool thing too. Crap. So like Trunk token is the first token that's going to be wormholed over onto Solana, and that's what the focus is right now. Elephant token is also going to get wormholed. Okay, so there will be a way to have Elephant token exposure on Solana chain as well. And there's a lending platform over there. You know how like BNB has Venus over here on the BSC side? Well, on Solana, the most popular lending service is Sol Lend, right? And so you can wormhole your Trunk and your Elephant, supply it on Sol Lend, and borrow against it up to 75%, loan to value ratio. So that's a really cool thing that BT is also working on as well. So yeah, this is just an expansion of the Elephant Money ecosystem going on to Solana, and the Elephant token is going to get some exposure over there as well. In order to get the third supply shock, so I don't know when this would be, but if this was 2022 and then this is 2023, I mean, we can see another run up in 2024, 25, but we would essentially need the LPs to come down. So we're not going to get into it, but Elephant is also a fixed supply token, and half of which is already locked away in something called the graveyard, which rebalances. But we've done 2 supply shocks already here in 2022 and 2023, and these were the ingredients, right? Bertha, out of the 1,000 trillion tokens that exist, 500 of which, half of which is gone, right? That leaves 500 available on the market between what's in the LPs, what's inside of Bertha, the treasury, and then what's inside of human holder wallets. So in the first supply shock, Bertha was at 212 trillion, and then collectively we bought enough out of the marketplace to drain the LPs down below 100 trillion tokens, okay? And then in 2023, something similar, except Bertha was smaller, right? There was a $330 million flash loan 2 years ago. But in the recovery phase, Bertha, even at 174 trillion tokens, we still had LPs below 100 trillion. So right now, what we're looking for in 2024 and beyond is Bertha is of a healthy weight. Actually, I think it's 195 trillion right now. But whenever these LPs eventually drop again below or near 100 trillion tokens, we're going to have that third parabolic supply shock, just like we've seen on the chart 2 times already. So
we got 3 things really to buy. It's all a good deal right now. You're going to be pretty safe on everything, as far as I'm concerned. I'm on here 24/7. So
yeah.
I mean,
we're
Elephant
staying on
token's a
trend.
great entry. Like, it's a great entry. We're going to be in the billions at some point for the market cap. So
Yes.
obviously 240, 250, BNB. It's a great entry, easy to buy. If anybody needs help buying the first time, just let me know, because you want to buy it through the DApp for the Elephant. And yeah, like I said, keep looking at the futures, because I'm treating it as an income. It's just like an easy income. You can pay 2 house mortgages, 3 house mortgages with it once you get 100K in there. I mean, depending on where you live in the world, 100K is going to be 7,500, 7,700 US a month for doing nothing. I mean, yeah, you got 100K tied up, but you still got your 100K in there. I mean, it's a no-brainer to me. I'm actually surprised more people aren't, I guess some people want the 1,000. I mean, we had some pretty good weeks there the last couple of weeks, like 8,000, like I said, 8,000X project, a 6,000X project. There is crazy meme coin projects out there that take right off. We all know that. But if it was that easy, we'd all be rich. They're not that easy to hit. I hit them because I'm selective as hell, and I spend hours and just as much time buying into something as a meme as I do with a full project like this. And he knows. SK knows the hours I spend on this. I'm like get back at 8:00 after doing stuff offline all day. Today was a task day, a chore day for my offline tech business. Get back. I'll be up till 3, 4 in the morning researching this. But at the same time, I don't want to work for anybody my whole life, never have. So I got to keep, making money because I spend a lot. So I don't want to gamble. I'm not a casino player. I don't want to gamble. Like, I'll gamble on meme coins because I really don't know how high they're going to go. But you gotta be on here. You're going to hit if you take the time and come on here. You'll notice the people in the Elephant group, if they're asking legit questions and they just don't know the answers, they're the ones that never show up to AMAs, never watch any of the videos, never DM me a question. They just try to ask dumb shit in the group. Well, sometimes it's dumb, but you know what I mean? Like, it's dumb in the sense that they would know the answer if they just looked up to the pinned, Like, we try to make it as simplified as possible. That's why Elephant's got a YouTube, SK's got a YouTube. I cover Elephant probably more on my channel than any other token at the moment, probably because I think it's one of my higher investments. I got $430,000 into this now. Maybe not quite because I earned some of that along the way. Maybe like 300. I probably earned 130,000 so far. But I mean, I'm not like digging a ditch to make this money. I mean, it's pretty much coming in. Once you get to, like I said, my strategy was just to have different wallets rather than have 300K in one wallet, just in case something ever happened to my wallet, because I'm not lazy, but I do use cell phones. I don't use the nanos and all that stuff. I use cell phones because I figure I'm never going to download anything. I haven't had a problem through a cell phone before, holding crypto. But I figure instead of having like 300K in one futures account, let's break it up into 3 separate ones, just in case. I don't want to take a hit, everything at once in one spot, right? So that's why I split it up. There's no advantage of splitting it up, numbers wise, except for that reason. It's more of a safety thing where, I believe I'm using Trust Wallet for all 3. And then next week I'll start a 4th one with 5 or 10 grand just for video purposes, where I can wallet connect, show new people I'm bringing in to the futures, what it looks like when you put 5 grand in. Here's how it works. Because some people, obviously, we can see in the Elephant group, they can't wrap their heads around it still. I don't know why.
That's a lot to take in, though. So.
Well, I think they're looking at the strategy. They're looking at the strategies, and then you hear from like 20 different people, 20 different strategies. You know what I mean? You got to basically. Yeah. I like getting to where I want to get to. Like, my best strategy for myself I think is the best period, is you get to where you want to get to and get your initial investment back, just like you would with a token. Okay, so if you want to build your futures to 100K, don't get greedy. Get your 100K back out, and then you feel better about, get your 100K back out. I'm pretty sure it's 99.9% safe in futures. Like, it's not going to be cleaned out overnight, like I said before. So but I still like getting my money back. I mean, my dad even invested in futures too. And he's like, okay, get the money back first, and then everything in there is like pure profit and a paycheck every month. You can't go wrong. And it's not like you got to wait years and years and years to get to get to 100K. You most likely, if you want to get to 100K fast, you most likely put 50K in, because it's going to take about 9, 10, whatever months, 7 months, whatever we figured it out to, from 50K to get to 100K. Then get your initial 50K back, which means at 7,500 a month, what are we talking here? We're not talking that long. 6, 7 months, again, you've got your initial 50K back, and you're still going to have a nice float paying you a paycheck every month. And, I think what's the average American make? 40, 50 grand a year, with a job, right? Like, that takes 50 hours a week, 40 hours a week of your time, and you got to commute, you have expenses. All you have to do is get 100K in the Elephant. You don't have to shoot for $1 million. You just need 100K in there, and you're going to be making take home 7,500 minimum a month, and still have your 100K in there. Like, it's almost like a no-brainer. It really is. That's 89,000 a year. I mean, the average American or Canadian or whatever, they're not making that. They're not making that.
Nope.
And guess what? You have free time to do another job on the side. Maybe you want to open up your own business or whatever, but you have all your free time. The time is more valuable than anything. But if you can pay your bills, your food, living expenses, probably a couple nice cars too, on 8,000 US a month, depending on how heavy you go on a mortgage. You're laughing with 100K in here. You can live off of this for 100K. You really can.
Yeah, you can. I mean,
I live an expensive lifestyle, and I can live off of it, off 100K in this. I put 300 in there because it's just gravy. It's just gravy. I can buy. There's so much money coming in from the futures. Once I start collecting it on the 3 wallets, potentially the 4th one that I start next week, I can buy Airbnb properties with this. It's all going to end up like, I'm turning it into like physical real world assets, the money that I'm making on futures. It's just going to keep doubling and doubling and doubling. And we're looking at other things that we're going to start showing, SK and I together outside of Elephant, like another project that we got coming. Well, actually 2 good ones we have coming that are like billion-dollar projects like this. So we have a lot more to be excited. So, learn this futures here, because we have like even more advanced systems coming that like similar payout structure, but more advanced, more interacting, just different projects that aren't Elephant project. But the bottom line is you can set yourself up like 5 or 6 income streams on here that are very, very safe compared to gambling into a token. The Telegram group's gone the next day. We go through these problems. I still have the odd problem, not too many, but we can't trust a lot of these teams that start out. They seem to, go strong for a week or 2 and then just tap out week number 3,
Oh yeah, they just disappear. So, low liquidity startups, man. That's what they are.
I've worked hard for my money offline for 25 years. I mean, I made a lot. People know I have, that know me. I mean, I don't do this because I need the money. I'm doing it because I just turned 46, and it's the easiest money I've ever made is the Elephant futures. I mean, sure, the token will be easy money too when the token goes up. But the way I looked at it is, if you had 100 grand right now and you just wanted something steady and firm, you're going to double that 100 grand way less than a year. By the time a token doubles that you put 100 grand in, 2x, depending on what you buy, sometimes 2x, 3x is hard to hit. It might take that long anyway. So why not just go for the safe route? I mean, that's why I'm kind of went with the 70-30 split before I was real crazy. When I made a lot of money in the last bull run, it was more like an 80-20 split where I'm 80% into high risk and 20 into stables. And that works good if you do the research I do and just follow my channel and buy what I buy. Yes, you can make money doing that, just piggybacking off of what I do. But this is what I do for a hobby, show people what to buy, put it up. You don't have to buy what I buy, but this is what I buy, put a lot of money into these projects. And that works when everything comes together. But again, the safe play if you just don't want to, you don't be stressed out, is the futures. It's definitely the safest play on the internet. There's other APY projects out there that I'm covering, but I feel most comfortable with Elephant because the LP's there. We know who the owner is. It's been out for 3 years. Like there's many other things that kind of score this higher, like a 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10 project when it comes to other APY projects. I will only invest personally in something where I know who's running it. And there's a lot of that information. Again, I'm featured 5 pages in Crypto Magazine, last issue. You can read about, it wasn't a fluke that I got in there. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the crypto, making money. Like we're just on here trying to make money at the end of the day. I'm not going to say, I've never really said to anybody, go out there and buy that, this or that. I make videos showing projects that I bought into. I still get DMs. Did you buy into this? Of course I bought into it. I put it up on my channel. Some are very high risk, some are medium, some are low risk. But like I said, if you check the last 5 or 6 videos that I put up on my channel, there was millionaires made from those last 2 or 3 projects that I put up. Because these projects started at $4,500 market cap and went to 45 million market cap within 2 weeks. Now these projects are out there, and I have the connections to the teams, which gets us into these projects before they launch. Get the videos up quick, and you'll see like the Kulo video and other ones like that where it's 7,800x, and it actually surpassed that by 200-300 more x. So just goes to show you, yeah, you can buy this stuff, but you gotta put the time in that I put in. But like I said, you can piggyback off what I do. I show my wallets. If you look at my old videos, I was the first guy probably to log in and show a wallet where one day it had $800 and the next day it 400 grand or something crazy, or the next month or whatever it took. A lot of people just don't do that because they're just getting paid by the project to show the project. So they don't really buy into it because they're making the money just making the video and promoting it all across the internet the way they want to promote it. Myself, I buy the projects that I show. I'm probably now one of the top, if you add my futures and you add my elephant tokens, I mean, SK's got way more elephant tokens than me, but if you add the total investment, I'm in the top probably 10 or 15 now in elephant. So that's how much I like the elephant system compared to, I could put my money anywhere. And then, like I said before, now I'm 70% stable coins and then 30% high risk. I've flipped the switch. So once you get up, that's what you want to do. You want to take your profit out of these crazy meme coins. If you, hit big, like on the last 2 or 3 that I put up, you hit 100K, 200K, don't be stupid. Dump it into the futures or a system similar to this. If you know of a project that I haven't showed before, or we haven't talked about, SK and I, we do have 2 new ones coming as well. So if people have enough elephant, you're happy with your elephant, you want to just continue building your futures, and you're looking for something new and fresh, just give us a few weeks to a month. And we have some real exciting projects coming up, like real big projects coming up, huge ecosystems that have, if I told everybody how many pages were in these white pages, it took me 4 hours just to read the, whatever you want to call it, the outline pages so far. These is going to be 10 times bigger. You got to wrap your head around everything and you got to put your research in. But when we show these, you're going to be right off the get, you're going to be at rock floor level for price. So when you show these, yes, it might take a year or 2 for these things to take off, but they'd be like getting into Bitcoin at 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents. Like we got some bangers coming that aren't just like straight meme coins that really, have no purpose other than we got to pump it everywhere to get the market cap up, but you're not going to earn anything while you're waiting. What we're looking for here is we're looking for new projects where Elephant token is paying us more elephant and futures is paying us as we're waiting. We got our money tied up, but why just rely on the market cap to go up? Why not put our money in something where, oh shit, the volume today was 20 million, but the market cap only went up 50K, 100K. So it didn't even go up 0.1x or whatever. So you want to have your money in stuff that pays reflections, maybe some kind of staking system. This is how you're going to get ahead in crypto. You don't want to hold tokens that don't do anything for you other than you got to log in every day and look at the price, and you're going to get sick and bored of those anyway. So that's my speech for today anyway. I don't want to talk too much, but like I said, we spend hours on here. We spend hours on here. That's what we do. I mean,
yep.
It's not a, it's a job for me. Like it's a
place.
job. It's a full-time job for me. If you treat crypto like a job, you will start succeeding. If you treat it as a hobby or pastime thing, I've realized now, even with a tech company for 24 years offline, and I've had success with this company. That's why it's gone 24, 25 years. I've lost a lot of money spending on my tech company offline, and I've missed projects that I just forgot about because I was tied up offline, and then I get home and I missed the launch of something. I would have made more money if I just focused on the crypto side. That's why I'm trying to, again, get somebody to take over my business and run it for me. It's hard to hand the key to somebody after this long. But that's what I'm trying to do, because I realize now this is still early. We're still early, not just in Elephant, but in the whole crypto sector. We're still early. 90% of the people that you run into have never bought a token or a coin in their lives, period. So we're still early. Don't think you're not early just because, you're in a project with 250, 300 million market cap. The more people that get in, this shit's going to go to the billions, like not just Elephant, but the other projects. So that's what we're focusing on. So like I said, this is our latest Elephant AMA. I'll put it on YouTube if anybody missed it. And because it will get lots of views. Hopefully everybody will share this video, because again, sharing and liking the video, you don't have to watch it, but the likes help us with the SEO. And all we're trying to do is just boost everybody, their money, their wallet, their worth and their wallet. That's all we're trying to do with these videos. Educate people, help get more people in so we all make more money. That's what we're trying to do at the end of the day. I mean, I don't want people to lose money. I never did from a video number one, and I'm at over 1,000 videos now. So now, mind that bear market was tough to navigate, but if you stick to my old strategy of getting your initial out and then gamble the rest, you'll never be behind. If you get greedy, you pay the price. I got greedy. I paid the price in the sense of, I didn't lose money, but I lost a lot of potential money that I had in my hand, but I got too greedy to sell. Being, an ultimate diamond hand holder, sometimes you got to take some more profit out, for me, it's more exciting to try to hit a 7-figure again and then make a new YouTube video where, it's impressive if you took 10, 15 grand and then turn it into $1 million. It makes a real good YouTube video that gets a lot of hits and a lot of attention. And because I figure if I'm buying a project and we're up to 30,000 followers or members on YouTube here, the more people that are buying the project that I buy, it's helping me too. So, because that's what we need. And I think Elephant's going to have 10,000, 15,000. I mean, it's never going to end in the futures. As long as the system keeps rolling, the thing's going to just keep getting bigger and bigger. So that's my advice for the day. Hopefully it helps some people out. And like I said, you can message me 24/7. I'm literally, don't sleep. There's nothing to sleep for. One day we'll be dead. So sleep then. That's it.
Yeah, no, good words of wisdom from a crypto OG for sure, man. Like, I hope everyone heeds his words and definitely get to know Crypto Kingdom. Like, DM him, man. This guy's one of the coolest crypto friends I've made in my 3 years here, and he's really speaking truths. He's dabbling with all sorts of projects, but he hones in on like those really good ones, right? The safe ones that are here with deep liquidity. I mean, hell, even just the Elephant token alone, over $83 million in deep liquidity, right? With a market cap of 242. That's like a ratio of what? 3 apart from each other. And then you can look at some of these other tokens that are just now launching, low liquidity startups. And I mean, hell, just for an example, but you might have some that are, I don't know, a 10 million market cap, right? But then you divide it out by the liquidity, which is only like 300,000, and that's like a 33 factor off, right? Meaning you could just blow on the chart and or sell $20 and that 100x turns into like nothing. So yeah, deep liquidity juggernauts. This is Elephant token. You got the trunk token. You've got futures to stack more cash and earn. Yeah, you've got a banger of a project here, and 3 years old. Yeah, we'll still be talking about this 3 years from today. That's all I got.
We forgot the NFTs. Don't ever forget the NFTs. The NFTs double every round. For everybody not familiar with the Elephant NFTs, those things are.
Oh yeah,
those
we
things
ran
are
out of time.
I forget about those, but that's cool. I mean, that's It's just another way you're holding an NFT. Never buy an NFT that does nothing. You're wasting your time. Make sure your NFTs are land, land that mines, whatever the NFT does. Make sure it does that.
The NFT, so it ties in with the elephant token, just real quick, guys. But like elephant token's a 1,000 trillion supply. But for fun, if you made it 21 million like Bitcoin, elephant token right now is as if you're buying an $11 Bitcoin. Okay, that's how early that you really are. And these NFTs that he's talking about, these are some of the latest mints that have happened here. These are like Bitcoin miners. Okay, you purchase and stake these NFTs, and you earn elephant token as a reward, right? And currently they're 2 BNB a pop, so that's over $1,000 just for one of these NFTs. And every 10,000 mints, they double in price. So in the next round, it'll go from 2 BNB to 4 BNB. So your floor value just increased. And then, yeah, over time, as Bertha gets larger, she's going to be paying out, the treasury, Bertha, is going to be paying out more elephant token to the NFT holders. So yeah, it's like having a Bitcoin miner really early on. So anyway, but yeah, I think we covered the entire ecosystem: futures, trunk, the elephant token, and the NFTs here. But I'm good.
Beautiful. So we will upload to YouTube, and we will share this, and we will go for 10,000 plus hits and go from there. Like I said, get ready for the next video. Get ready for, we'll show the turbine option in there once it appears and the futures looks different. Other than that, everybody have a great night. If you need me, always available for helping anybody in any kind of chain possible. We can do basically it all. So that's it. Have a great night, and, be safe. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, thank you, guys.